Okay, podcast mode. Gotta get into the podcast mode. Welcome everybody to episode 20 of Terrorisk. We've actually been releasing episodes pretty frequently since it's been me and you, and we still haven't done a single one with Carmen like we were supposed to.
Yeah, where is he?
Motherfucker lives in Queens.
That's not that far. We can get here.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Usually, I would have hit him up on the weekdays, but I don't know. I guess since I've been hanging with you, it's been like, not to blame you or anything, but it's just been like, oh fuck, I gotta figure out how to coordinate meeting up with two different people to get them at my place so we could set this all up, you know?
Does he work full time?
I'd say he's close to it. He's a bartender.
Oh, okay, yeah. So his nights are pretty much occupied.
Yeah. Especially like, I don't know, like I'm guessing on weekends, which is rough because those are the most like profitable days to work as a bartender, I'd say. Oh man, honestly, fuck, I'm relieved that we're not like live broadcasting this while we record it, because I feel like that just kind of changes the vibe, you know?
I don't really mind. I'm okay with people commenting while we're doing it.
Yeah, for sure. It's also like, I don't know, I mean, maybe we should just wait till we get like more traction. Maybe we should do it like once a month, you know? So it's like more of like a treat, I guess.
I don't know, 'cause we can have a couple ones that are just pretty laid back and chill, and we can have some ones that are like out of nowhere just really like heated, or you never know what we're gonna get. This might just turn into holy shit, you know, or it just can just be like, oh, that's a pretty laid back conversation.
Nah, man, I don't think I'm gonna go so heated on this one. I got like a lot going on this week, so I'm trying not to go crazy. Tomorrow I have to wake up early so I could get my vision test, so I could renew my driver's license. And it's just, I don't know, it's just fucked up because like I never realize it, but it's like every weekend I'm spending like $500-600 on shit, like just hanging with you.
That much?
No, it's not just you. Like maybe I would spend like every time I get paid like $200 on something. You know, like maybe I'd pay off like parking tickets that are like overdue, or maybe I'd buy a watch or something. Like
I've been trying to take care of like one thing every time I get paid. And
yeah,
if I can.
I
And my next check should be better. You know, it's hard to get into a new place, and all of a sudden you get a job, you take a while to get paid, you get a couple days, and you get more days, and before you know it, you're full time. But you know, you play catch up at first.
Yeah,
the first month is catch up.
I like how fucking down to earth we are by not being rich or having significant amounts of money. So you know, we're like one of you guys, one of you guys. You people listening, we're pieces of shit just like you, so we're all relatable and shit. That's what I gotta say anyway. Oh man. Why? I don't even know why I fucking lit this.
I had to play music at the boardwalk yesterday just to keep the money flowing, because I'm like, if I just keep going in this rate, I'm going to be broke before I get paid. So I go to the boardwalk, play music. I made like $15.
Yo,
whatever.
didn't you meet some like kid who lives under the boardwalk or something?
Yeah, I met this dude. He called himself Richard. He was like some...
Whoa. I thought we weren't doing names on the podcast, bro.
He's a stranger. I don't know if...
Oh, so it's okay with
name
strangers. If it's okay with strangers, then it's okay. All right, I'm just setting the ground rules here.
He was like Mexican or something, and he got out of treatment, and I don't know what that's like, but I guess I had better parents. I had parents that like took care of me eventually. Like I was living on my own for 7 years, but when I did come back, I'm staying at my parents right now. I fucked up just the same as him, I guess.
Except he didn't have a family to take
Yeah,
care
but he was living on the boardwalk. But like the first thing he heard me playing music and Bob Marley, and he liked it, so he saw me drinking the 22 ounce of Corona with the limes, and he's like, yo, I'll go grab you one. I'm like, dude, that's like a $4 beer. He's like, no, I got you. And he just ran away and came back with the Corona. And I'm like, okay, let me get my limes. Put the lime in, and like, I'm like, dude, you want to smoke? He's like, no, I can't. I'm like, and I got into a conversation with him, realized he went to treatment, and like, you know, I gave him some bud. He said, you know, I only smoke before I go to sleep. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually like that. No, I can't really. I'm like, I can't smoke right now because I'm singing, and it just drives me out. So like, I'm just, you know, doing this right now. And he was pretty cool. He tried to put like $2 in my jar. I'm like, no, man.
You know what you should do? You should write a song about him. Boardwalk Richie.
Boardwalk Richie. I played at the beach for him, and he liked that.
You don't
too.
gotta buy me a drink.
No, I explained the lyrics to some of my songs to him, and he digged it. He was pretty cool. He just wanted to chill. Busking is like a thing. Like a lot of times, like that's what I love about busking. It's so fucking real and raw. You go to a place. Sometimes you attract some homeless people, but those are sometimes the best conversations, the best people you can run into, and they have nothing else to do, so they're really intrigued. You're like their entertainment for the night. So now it's like, there was one time, like, I'm gonna play a couple more songs. He's like, oh, okay, I'll go stand over there. Then I'm like, dude, no, you can hang out here, sit here with me. And we just I just jammed out and did some songs, talked to him for a little bit, jammed out, did some songs. He digged it, you know. I'm like, I'm performing. I don't care who I'm performing for.
Well, aside from your busking, that's generally something consistent you've been doing since you got back.
It also keeps you brushed up. If you don't practice a lot, it's like performance practice.
I bet you're a lot better now than like you were when you first started busking again in Staten Island.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I barely did it in Staten Island when I was here. It wasn't until I got to Texas and I was like jobless at first and like didn't know the lay of the land, and somebody took me to the square and I just pulled it out and started doing it, and like somebody gave me a 6-pack of beer, somebody gave me like a joint, some people gave me like some money, and I just started playing, and like all of a sudden I'd run into people. It's like, hey, there's an open mic at Andy's bar. It's like an hour from now. You want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'd go there, do an open mic night. All of a sudden, run into some. Yo, that was pretty cool. What was that song? You wrote that one? Okay. There's a house show afterwards, and I'd just go to that show or go to a house party, and I'd just run into people. And I've never had to spend a day homeless in my life. Nice. Even if I was broke on the streets, I never spent a day homeless in my life because I was always good at playing music, going to see people, gaining people's trust. Not in a shady, like, trying to get their trust way. Like, just people trust me because they know I'm not like trying to scam them or anything.
You're harmless, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not I can be harmful, and I've been on drugs.
You're harmless. You're just a handful sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, pretty much. Like kind of like like one of those like little people, like the people, like kids, kind of like the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the kids.
Like a cat. You like them around, but sometimes they poop in the wrong place. And you're like, Mr. Benjamin, what the fuck,
Yeah, for sure. I will say that your sword skills have been improving.
Well, thank you.
We've been dueling a bit, yeah. I have some fun.
I did a dodge roll, and I bruised my pinky bone.
That's the stupidest shit.
It did. I bent so far backwards, it was like almost all the way pointed towards my body when I bent. And I did this roll which just went, and I'm just like, and I felt it, and I still feel it 2 days later.
Next time, don't do stupid shit
like that. I have to take my shoes off carefully, take my socks off carefully.
Nobody told you to do a fucking dodge roll, man.
Well, it was instinct. I don't know how to do a fucking professional dodge roll. There was a blade coming at me, and and I just did like a backwards thing where my toe just was like, oops. Wrong footing.
I'll show you what to do.
I'm sure that happens all the time in real life.
I'll show you what to do in that scenario, and it's not a fucking dodge roll.
Yeah, if I was able to block it, but I wasn't sure, so I dodge rolled. Because if I can create a distance, no matter what, like I can block the wrong way and you get me. But if I create enough distance in that situation while you swing, there's no possible way the sword can hit me.
But it didn't work. I still fucking got you.
Yes, because I was in the middle of a dodge roll.
Oh my god!
And fucked it up.
Just don't do dodge rolls. Look, I'll show you.
I don't even play Dark Souls, people. I don't even like that game, so I didn't get it from that. If that's what you were thinking.
Yeah. Next time, I'll show you what to do in lieu of a dodge roll. I mean, it's like I'd be worried about you. If I see you in a real sword fight with a guy and I see you rolling around on the ground like an idiot, I'll be like, "Oh, Brendan, what are you doing?"
Because that's such a probable situation where I'm just gonna be like on Victory Boulevard downtown one day in the wrong neighborhood, and someone's like, "Yo, man, you got $1?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't got nothing. You got a cigarette?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I got like 5." Like, yo, pull out your fucking sword. What, man? Pull out your fucking sword, and all of a sudden, like, ching, in the middle of the fucking like Stapleton ghetto or some shit. We're on Jersey Street or some shit, just like. For some reason, there's a guy with a fucking bongo on the other side of the street, like just kind of playing along, which is like, and the cops are like sitting right there. They're like, "We don't see anything. And it's just this whole situation where I have to get into an actual sword fight.
Yeah.
No. That's never gonna happen.
I was gonna say I think it would be cooler on the
I'm
boardwalk.
never gonna need to have a sword fight. Even if I had a sword, no one else is gonna have a sword.
Yes, true.
Somebody might have a gun, and then I'm like, oh.
Honestly, the only real ever like case study of a sword fight happening in these days would be only if you were actually into it.
When was the last actual like public, like out of nowhere, fucking sword fight in New York City?
Not in New York City, but it still happens in other parts.
But it
of the
had to
world.
have happened at some point, right? At
Yeah.
some point, someone in New York City dueled it out with somebody with a sword, right?
Yeah, obviously.
We need to look that up and find out if that actually happened.
Well, I mean, back America, like New York was still a place when they were back using like flintlock pistols and shit, and those are only good for one shot before it takes like 3 minutes to fucking
You
reload
said
it.
flintlock.
Yeah,
I thought it was flintlock.
flintlock, whatever.
You said flintcock. He said cock.
Yeah, because it's cock is a funny word. But yeah,
Now I want to call it a flintcock.
yeah, but they are only good for like one shot, and it takes like 3 minutes to reload. So those guys would carry around a blade. Maybe not always a sword, like maybe a dagger, but they would carry a blade, probably sometimes a sword. So it's like, all right, you're in a like a whole gang fight, like in that movie Gangs in New York, and it's like, yeah, some people had guns, but really that's only good for one shot. And then once that one shot goes off, they're gonna be coming at you with a blade, so you better have something, like. What if you miss, or what if you
Fights
use your
used
one
to-
shot?
Probably were so much more intense during that time. There's like no distance. Like imagine like medieval battle. You had to like look somebody in the fucking eye and like slice through their body or stab them in the gut or some shit. They must have been way fucking more intense than like having a squadron. Like okay, they're shooting from like 5 miles away. Like everyone's just throwing warning shots most of the time.
But
'cause
there is-
everyone's afraid.
There is one way. There is one way that modern combat engagements are like a lot more intense. It's the fact that they're faster, way faster. Like you'll have like a 5-on fight engagement where like 5 dudes will be dropped within 6 seconds. Like as opposed to back then, like 5 dudes with swords against 5 dudes with like swords and shit. That took a minute to go down.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of things where they're just like, they're a mile away or like half a mile away, and these guys are here, and they just have like a long days worth of standoff. The snipers are taking turns watching and shitting. It's just mostly your survival is waiting them out. Like I was watching one video where it was like in Iraq, and they're like, these guys like are just pulling out their rifles, like the people in Iraq. The soldiers in Iraq were just pulling out rifles. They were smoking hashish, and they're just going every once in a while. And they were in their home place, so they had tons of ammo coming in. And these guys were like from England, and they were just like, okay, fuck, we're gonna run out of ammo. And these guys aren't even shooting at us. They're just smoking pot, and like every couple of hours, like laughing and partying from a building, and then every once in a while, just pulling out a rifle, like
Nah,
just like
dude.
having fun with us, and
Nah,
we're just
dude.
still here. We're just like, okay, they're doing it again, but they're not actually aiming at us. And it was like days worth, and they're like, actually, they're wearing us out because they know we have less firepower and we have nowhere to go, and we're like taking turns shitting and pissing or running out of water. We can't call for water right now. And it was like a week long of just them going back and forth. These guys just blowing fucking loads into the fucking sky while they're getting stoned because they're in their home place. And these English like, fuck, like, we could probably go after them, but like we only have this much ammo left. No one's coming to help, and we're just kind of stuck here until they run out of ammo. And they're just fucking with us for days while we starve. Like that seems like a lot of work. It's like you're just holding out. They're
I don't
just
know. It's
starving
like when
them.
you go on these rants, it's like you go off on a lot of assumptions.
I was watching videos.
Oh, okay.
On
You should have
YouTube,
said
these-
that. You should have.
That's what I said in the beginning. I was watching a YouTube video of the English soldiers in Iraq, and they were just like sitting here, like, yeah, we have the binoculars on them. We see them. They're just like, and like for a couple of hours, just partying, smoking pot, and then every once in a while they pull out a couple rifles, like just blast a couple loads into the fucking sky,
Yeah.
and they're just like, okay, keep cover, but they're not aiming at us. Like they know we don't have enough ammo to rush
All right.
in there.
So what I was going to say before you went on your fucking shit, I was going to say all of that shit is really dependent on the environment, on the terrain. If you're in like an open, like fucking, there's nothing around except dirt and sand for 100 kilometers, then yeah, it could be a little fucking tiresome. But if you're in an actual urban environment and your enemies hold up in a building in like a bombed out city, it's gonna be really easy to get to them because there's like so much cover. There's so many places to hide. There's a darkness you could use with shadows, like. Whereas, you know, if you're in like also like a jungle environment, you know, it's probably a lot more different. You got to worry about like fucking boot rot. You got to worry about fucking malaria. You got to worry about
Yeah,
like
most
fucking,
like I think most soldiers get like, fucked up or tired or die because of like disease or hunger or being dehydrated,
Yeah.
not being prepared in the elements. Like think about like Napoleon trying to invade Russia, and they were just like, "Oh fuck, we froze to death. Half of our people are dead because of like it's freezing." And then they had to leave. And then Hitler tried the same shit, and it was still too fucking cold. Like Russia's, you can't go in there with people and tanks. Everything's gonna fucking freeze if it's the right time.
yeah.
And they just win by default because it's like it's fucking cold. Fucking we all have fucking fevers. Fucking Tom's dying over there. Everyone's like fucking. The whole fucking time, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And so they don't even get the chance to even like fight.
Yeah. You know, nowadays, you know what's crazy? Like soldiers actually get more, like they procure more shit, like equipment and stuff themselves than like is provided to them because they get like limited access to like Amazon and shit. So like they'll be there, they'll order like fucking extra batteries than what's rationed to them. They'll order like adult diapers and shit. Like they, you know, they go in like baby wipes.
Yeah, because if you're out there for 3 days as a sniper,
Yeah, you're gonna
fucking turn away. Oops, you know, like so you're just like, I'm just gonna shit my pants right now. I'll give it another 12 hours, and you're just chilling,
Yeah.
just in that same spot for like 3 fucking days. It doesn't seem fun. It seems fun in movies because they only show the parts that are cool, like when you're firing. Most of that's just waiting and suffering, probably. Like that's why they don't want diabetics like me.
I think there are plenty of fucking,
Imagine me being there, like, "Hey guys, I feel a little weird. I gotta check my blood sugar." It's like, "Don't fucking move." I'm like, I gotta test my blood sugar." They're like, "Dude,
I would smack you.
And
I would probably I would fucking
and then all of a
hit
sudden
you.
you smack me. All of a sudden, because Brendan had to check his blood sugar.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have diabetics in the fucking army. And I love that because they can't draft me. But anytime a recruiter,
Really? You're not allowed-
Because-
you
because
can't- you can't be
You
an
always
ar-
have these recruiters. I'll be playing music on the square, and bike messenger. For some reason, the most recruiters I've had was when I was a bike messenger. They saw me like getting on off the bike, moving around. They're like, "This guy is probably army material," and like they talk to me, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't trust him. I don't like the military." And then like eventually they was like, I'm like, "I'm a diabetic." "Oh, okay, have a good one." And just fucking leave me alone. I'm like, "Oh shit! All I gotta say is I'm a diabetic, and there's no chance of recruiting me because they're like, we can't take you." So like, it's my way out of those bullshit conversations. I don't even have to say I don't believe in the government or believe. I don't have to get into a fucking political fucking debate.
Yeah.
I can just be like, "I'm diabetic." "Okay, next." Works for me.
Well, thank God you're diabetic. Then Brendan wouldn't have to go to the military.
I don't want to do that shit.
Good. You don't want to. You don't want to like kill people. You don't want to meet people of
I
exotic.
don't want to go through that bullshit and work my ass off.
No, that was the
And
that was one
risk
of the-
my life for their bullshit.
That was one of the best lines in Full Metal Jacket when they were interviewing him, and he was like, "I want to meet people of an exotic and mysterious and deep culture. And then I want to kill them." Like, that was
It's just the British American way.
Don't say that.
White people love to go like, "Oh my God, the food is so good. You have your own music. Kill them all. Take it all."
Yeah. But you gotta admit, it wasn't just white people that did that.
I think it's gonna sound controversial, but I think the big thing is they just did it better.
Maybe.
Like we were able to just land in places where people were a little bit more paranoid. We have fucking boats and
All right,
guns
all
and
right,
fucking
but-
liquor.
but what about,
and we're
like-
just going ape shit on them?
What about like one of the first dudes who did it actually on like a huge scale? Not the first, but one of the first.
Do we have any historical, like, who is the first dude, or first, probably a dude, I'm just gonna
Genghis
say.
Khan was
Who-
pretty old.
But who was the first motherfucker to be like, "We're gonna take all of our people, like the strongest. We're gonna go to these people and we're gonna take fucking everything. We're gonna fucking kill everyone and take everything. And
You know what?
Who was the first mother? It must have been tribal.
Yo.
But like it must have been like the first motherfuckers to do that. They weren't expecting that. What?
Yo, I was gonna say, I was pretty sure people have always been fucking doing that, man. Like, regardless of who did it first, it's impossible because, like, the earliest recorded conqueror is probably preceded by another one. You know?
Who was your earliest recorded conqueror?
I mean, we're going back to all the way back to like ancient Greece times. You know?
Yeah, but Alexander the Great, no, they weren't the first. They got it from someone else. Who was the first? Fucking crazy fuck. It's like, dude.
Wait, first
they're
of
like
all,
5 miles away. Let's fucking march there with all of our fucking wooden fucking sharpened sticks and fucking kill everyone and take all their shit. Like, they actually live there. We kill everyone and we just live where their beds were. We kill them in their own beds, drag them to the fucking river, and we sleep there that night and feast.
like
Who
I
was
said,
the first motherfucker to do that? You know?
who was the first recorded civilization? Like, do you know? What was it, like the Babylonians or some shit? I don't fucking know. Maybe before that.
We need to learn
the
our history more.
Mesopotamians. No, I know it's something like the Mesopotamians or the Babylonians or some shit because apparently like one of them invented like the writing system.
But like that means like at some like the human nature is like instead of going like, you guys got some good food you make here. We didn't think of this. You want to trade? The first like thought was like, kill them and take it. You know, that's kind of evil.
I'm looking up right now the first recorded civilization. The Mesopotamians. So I was right. It was I was like, it's either the Babylonians or the fucking Mesopotamians.
Well, who was the first known conqueror recorded in history? Who like went to other places, took their whole shit and their whole culture and destroyed everything and kept all their good shit?
Well, let's find out, shall we? So yeah, fucking human conquest. You know, we love that shit as a species, not like consciously. We don't love it on an individual level. We just happen to love it. Like Alexander the Great was the first known conqueror in history.
He didn't. There's no way he fucking thought of that shit before anyone else. He had thousands of years of experience behind him to think of those things. That's crazy.
I mean, I guess what
He was the first one to have enough wealth to record it and have scholars and people that know how to write to like etch that shit into fucking stone or like write it on paper. Everyone else just did it and everyone just like shut the fuck up about it. He was the first one. Was like, yo, that was crazy. Write this shit down, Bob. I got it.
I think it says that like Genghis Khan might have actually taken the most square miles. Actually, like in his.
Well, it definitely has a DNA imprint on the world, so yeah, he probably did.
All right. Yeah. So there's a list of like the 10 greatest conquerors, and it's really funny. On number 10, it's George W. Bush, who conquered 423,000 miles.
What? No,
That's
come
mad
on.
funny. All right, wait. Let's see. No, one. All right, so it's Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan managed to conquer almost 5 million square miles. That's a lot of miles, man.
Wow. But it must have been a long time.
Second greatest was Alexander the Great, who only managed to conquer a little above 2 million square miles. So Genghis Khan, that motherfucker was actually the best. And I see, like I said, you were saying white people are just the best at it. Nah, motherfucker, it's the fucking slanty eyes.
Okay.
It's the slanty eyes. Only a slanted-eyed motherfucker could take over nearly 5 million square miles of this earth, bro.
Yeah, of other slant-eyed motherfuckers.
I guess. But still, for them to take over 5.
He took over his own territory. Like,
yeah, but you know what that means?
Like all
that
of
means,
it.
you know, that means the British Empire wasn't strong enough to actually conquer their surrounding territories, so they had to go and look for weaker countries to take over easily.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they still managed to lose power because their neighboring countries were still.
Yeah, but they were like, okay, well, you're also white. We might have like a slightly separate idea of Jesus, but we're gonna just like get together and kill these other weirdo people who worship some random shit. But they also had boats and like fucking like guns. They made guns.
Yeah.
You know, imagine like being like a Native American and people show up smelling like fucking booze and shit because they were on a boat for like a long time, and they just like, here's my fucking boomstick, and you're like, holy shit, these guys are psychopaths.
Yeah.
And now we're all sick because they came with fucking diseases because they like do a bunch of, they don't shower. Like, we smell like shit. These people like wash like every day, and we were just like on the boat like, get me another fucking pint of rum, and like we were horrible. It must have been like they look like gods, but they smell like dog shit. They smell like the dirtiest villager times 10. What the fuck is up with these people? And then we bring them these liquids that's like, they're like, fire water. What the fuck? How come the water you drink burns? We're just like, hey, you like some fucking gin, mate? You know, we're just fucking a bunch of fucking sloshed up fucking dudes with guns.
Actually, I'm pretty sure those the first people were speaking Spanish or Italian.
This is a really like, it's like a version of drunk history that makes like almost no sense. We're not.
I hate
I'm
that
not
kind
even
of history. Let's not do that. Let's not do drunk history. Let's just do drunk.
We have
Let's do
been.
drunk tellings of accurate history. I think that's much better.
I don't have all the accurate facts in front of me. I can Google it.
Well,
right
it's time to
now.
do some fucking homework, man. That's your homework, is to learn about the history of the human existence. Ever since the first recorded story, that's what you got to catch up on. Don't get me started on the Bible. You're gonna have to read every variant, you know.
And then instead of like, you know, having people work and paying them, we're just like, let's go to Africa and like steal a bunch of people. And then we did that for so many years that now are like the work and like jobs we can have now after slavery is like almost like slavery because our country was built on free, like almost free labor.
Yeah.
And now like it's up to the common person to supply that labor at a really low cost. It's like kind of like we just like kind of tweaked slavery because we couldn't just buy a person and make them do what we wanted to. So we had to like, okay, I'll pay you fucking the minimum amount to stay alive if you do this for me. So I think our whole capitalism society that came out of America is based on slavery. It's just
there's no
slavery
way.
that grew.
There's no way you're gonna fucking get me to sit here and engage with you on the mic over fucking some discussion about how fucked capitalism is. I think that's such a trite, like, tired fucking topic. I'm like, I'm so done. I'm so fucking over it. I'm like, I'm trying to play ball here. There's no point in trying to think myself into like a contradiction with my lifestyle. I'm like, I am a fucking dirty capitalist. Let's admit it. We all are.
We all are, yes.
You wouldn't have your fucking insulin if it wasn't for capitalism. So you have to play ball too.
I would just die.
Same with all of us, though. You just happen to have a more direct route. Like, you know, we would all die some slow, horrible death.
The guy who like invented it tried to make it free so he can like save the world and be known for that. And then I guess once the patent went out, people are just like, oh, we can sell this to them, and they have to buy it. It's not like they can choose to not buy it because they'll die. You're gonna fucking buy it if you're gonna die. It's just like you're gonna need water and
That's
food.
actually the perfect product. It's
Perfect.
Yeah.
Even if I fucking hate the prices, even if I hate the product, I have to buy it. I don't want to buy it. I have
how come
to.
you never thought about like stealing this shit?
I have. There's been times where I was like doing bad with money, and I thought of like, is there a way to rob the pharmacy?
Yeah, dude, I'll help.
Like, that's not gonna work.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure there's a pharmacy out there that we could probably rob if we really wanted to.
For insulin. Oh
We're
my
not going to
God.
say on the mic, obviously, which pharmacy it is, but, you know, it just might be us. You
No,
know?
I have Medicaid, so I just signed up for Medicaid. I should be okay.
I guess.
Worst case, I can go to fucking Walmart.
Just listen, if there was ever a crime, a potentially violent crime that I could be down with, it's robbing some fucking insulin from a pharmacy. I wouldn't mind doing that. We got to pick the right pharmacy, though, like owned by some asshole. You know, like we can't just fucking rob a nice pharmacy. We got to rob a mean pharmacy.
What would they even think? It's so much different. Like, I'm addicted to drugs. Give me all your fucking Xanax and Percocet.
Give me your fucking insulin.
But it's give me your insulin. I'm gonna die. It's like, this isn't a bad person. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't somebody who fucked up. And
But
it's like,
they'd still be shit scared and call the cops on you because you got a gun to their fucking face. They'll be like, all bets are off. I don't give a fuck how diabetic this motherfucker is. I want him to put in the dirt. We're like,
I have to, like, there's some like steak still like waiting for me in the oven. I'm not dealing with this shit tonight.
yeah, right. I'm gonna give him his damn insulin and I'm gonna call the cops. Hopefully they catch his ass for fucking up my day at work. You know. So that's why you got to do this shit without remorse, without any thought to like what goes on in their head. They're just obstacles, man. And if they get unruly, you got to put them down with a lead sandwich. I'm telling you, I'm serious, dude. I'm like ride or die about this. I will help you in some high stakes robbery to steal some fucking insulin, dude. Because this is like my one way to do good on this earth, through like through my impulses. My impulses tell me I should be like ruining and destroying shit and infrastructure. And if stealing insulin is the goal, I'll be happy to like do that. I'll be happy to lay down my life for that.
You
good
shouldn't
cause.
have to steal fucking insulin. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but-
something that should be in your body.
But we didn't
and
decide
it's
that.
just not in my
we
body.
didn't fucking decide to live in a corrupt system where even you have to like literally struggle for insulin, something that you need as much as we need water and
Yeah,
air.
but if you think about it, it also takes other people's work to make that insulin.
Fuck. No, it's all made. It's all synthesized and made in a fucking assembly line. Like fuck that.
Yeah, but still, like, somebody has to pay for that to be made. Somebody's paying for the machinery, the people, the labor.
All right, so you know what's retarded?
It
Like
still is a part of
we're
capitalism.
paying like millions upon billions of dollars in other stupid public shit like fucking NPR, National Public Radio. You know how much money they rake in every year? I would happily put that into a fucking insulin assembly line. You know, like fuck that. Like you can't come at me with it's too expensive.
I don't
like,
even like, okay, socialism, whatever. Like, I don't know what to call it, but you know, like, it's just the common decency for like, if you were in a small village, wouldn't you make sure there was enough food for some of the people who weren't able to hunt, eat?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just
Yeah.
like that. It's like, why not? Like, something that you're not even going to notice is missing. Like, people
Yeah.
complain about, oh, people on fucking welfare. It's like, dude, we just bailed out these companies that cost us all of our tax dollars. Most of our tax dollars are going towards fucking making bombs and military. So you have a problem with, like, 0.5% going to people that are, like, going to live on the streets with their children?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to notice that. You're just being a cunt about it.
You know what the problem is too? Insulin, like
We pay for everyone's water. We pay for everyone's fucking, you know, we have public water
the
fountains.
problem is the insulin market is way too good at manipulating a huge population of every population, pretty much
Because
every
we fucking
country's.
need it to live.
Yeah, so that's why it's like they're never, because to like give it for free is to completely secede that control off of a huge portion of your population. No government bureaucracy is ever going to do that, especially if they're relying on the confines of like the price and value of everything. There's no way they could just like let something like that go. It's going to cost too much just to cede that control, you know, because it's not even like the amount of money they're making from it. They could literally get to a point where they could like sell rights to make that kind of money. You know,
Well,
that's
you even have
more
commercials
valuable.
about diabetes. Like you can buy this new thing. It's less blood to test your blood sugar. And it's like, dude, I'm not worried about having to fucking stab myself in the finger 7 times a day. I'm more worried about my money.
Well, so this is also this.
And if I'm gonna be
this
able to
actually,
get it or
this
not.
actually brings up something interesting. So yes, it's a double-edged sword. Like the fact that it makes it so inaccessible, capitalism also drives a need for innovation, which is like, you know, different ways to like measure your shit. You know, it's like to make life easier. It gives you a reason to actually invent it instead of having to stick. Maybe because like insulin is like an actual commodity, maybe they are trying to push for like, you know, alternatives. You know, like maybe a cure.
Maybe the thing, if there was an apocalypse, would I be able to, if I knew the body's autonomy, kill you, find where your pancreas was, and be able to use a syringe, whatever tool, and take your insulin and inject it into my body?
Yeah,
Would I be able to do that, you think?
I don't know.
If I was able to find your pancreas after killing you immediately, take a syringe, rip your pancreas out, draw some of the juices out, whatever the fuck.
If
the
you know
insulin
exactly where the insulin is deposited in the body, then yes, why not?
I always think about what I would
No,
do. Like, if there was a zombie
does
apocalypse,
it get flooded in your bloodstream?
because I remember how scared I was after Hurricane Sandy, and after 3 days on the roof, you know, I was like, hey, I'm gonna need insulin. I'm diabetic, and the fireman that like had water up to his neck, like carrying us out in lifeboat 3 days later, was like, I'm diabetic. I've been working for 3 days straight without insulin. I'm like, oh my god. In a situation like this, we're all fucked. So like, what would I do if I was on a fucking cruise ship and all of a sudden I'm alone on a desert
There's
island?
insulin on a
Would I be
cruise
able to
ship.
find a fucking creature or an animal like a skunk or a fucking iguana and find out how to fucking extract its insulin just to stay alive? Or would I just be the first one to be like, hey guys, if anyone's gonna eat anyone, I would say like kill me quick and just eat me because I'm gonna die in like 2 days. I feel like shit right now. I would probably be the first one to volunteer to be sacrifice for the benefit of everyone else, because not because I care as much as I know I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna progressively be sick, puking, losing weight, sweating, going through like a fucking almost like a heroin withdrawal feeling from this shit until I finally die slowly. So you might as well just take me out now, cut off my fucking head, and eat my body.
That's how you'd want to go. Your head cut off.
If I was on a desert island with you or some other people, yeah, I go first because I'm gonna go first regardless. There's no hope. I'm gonna die. I have always I watch these videos or survival people, like, you know, people who go into the wilderness for like a week or two and like make a little shelter, make a makeshift fire, find some like bugs or iguanas.
You're like, where do you get your insulin?
And like, and me, I'm like, where's the insulin though? I'm gonna die. You know, and I need extra backup sugar just in case I overshoot the insulin. Like, I couldn't do that, and that does depress me a little bit.
Do you think there?
I would like to feel like I feel like the most real human feeling would be surviving on your own in a desert island. You would feel like the most complete person if you were able to make a fire, kill something, catch it, make a little shelter for yourself, and survive for at least a week or two.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that without relying on capitalism and the insulin it produces.
Yeah, but don't you know, don't look at it that way. Just also think of it like, if it wasn't for capitalism, a lot of us probably wouldn't be alive in the first place. I mean, this is like a age-old system that.
But maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe like
we were never meant to be born.
Yeah, like, or maybe like survival of the fittest is, you know, I'm not the fittest. My genes should probly die, right?
You know what though? You know what I could think of? I could think of like someday.
That's depressing.
Someone
That's really
creating a biosynthetic implant, right? A cybernetic biosynthetic implant that you could put in your own body wherever that's fucked up, and that could actually do the job. That
yeah, but if they made that, it would be extremely expensive for one.
Yeah.
For two, even if it was expensive, they might be like, well, we make more money off of their lifetime of having to buy the insulin. Why would we sell them a one-time, you're fucking cured? Or we can make an inferior product, because that's how capitalism works, that breaks down every couple of years, that you have to go back to the doctor and get it fixed up again so we can keep making income, because that's how capitalism works.
Or you think of the most realistic scenario where like no one entity will be able to afford to be able to mass produce the most top of the line model, so they're going to have to make concessions. It's like, yeah, the only problem is this thing, you're going to have to plug it in every night so that you got to recharge it. That's it. Or some shit like that, because we simply could not afford.
Yeah, but if I was on a desert island, I'm not going to recharge that shit.
So they would probably make different tier models. They probably make the most expensive version, the mid-tier model, and the budget version, you know? And everyone
that almost feels like, you know, ever been on an airplane and you have the couple seats up front that are first class? Even if you're on a shitty flight, there's those couple of seats where they paid an extra couple $100 and they get to sit in a chair where they can flex their legs out, and you're like this, extremely uncomfortable for hours, and they're just like this, and they bring them food and booze, and I would feel like a piece of shit if I was one of those people. Even if I had the money and extra money, to see everyone else like suffering because I had a couple extra bucks and I could just spread my feet out, and while these people are uncomfortable and babies are crying and shit, I'm just like you know, just chilling, watching a fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like that, I guess. It's like, I don't know how people that don't feel like dicks, if they, you know.
What, not have diabetes?
No, like, it's like flying first class, and right behind you are a bunch of people who couldn't afford that are like uncomfortable and struggling while you're just having your legs kicked out eating a chicken dinner.
I wouldn't give a shit.
I would. That would make me feel so fucking uncomfortable. Can I grab some more Coronas with limes?
Yeah. Don't you don't even have to grab lime. Just get yourself. There's still like a lime. You're gonna have to cut more limes, aren't you? And that's gonna take a minute. I don't want that. Don't do that. That's just so whack, man. You're gonna make me man the mic alone like a dick. Fucking Brendan. He's like, I want my Coronas with the limes. It's so fucking annoying, man. He's just like, he's got to have things his way, 'cause that's what he's used to. Yo, can you just bring the shit? Yeah, there you go.
You gotta open them.
Man, I regret ever ordering us cerveza with lime at El Patron. You always get one addiction after another. That's you, Brendan.
Oh, Corona with lime. A weaker beer that just tastes yummy.
Yeah. What am I doing, Brendan? Fucking talk.
I'm talking.
All right, cool.
You gotta open my bottle so I can put my lime in it.
Do that, God.
That one's mine.
I don't give a shit. Here, take it.
Take this one.
God, man, you're like a child. Ugh. All right, start talking, man.
About what?
About your fucking Corona Lime obsession.
Oh my god. It's so refreshing.
Yep.
Oh, it's meant to be drank with lime. It's like not meant to be drinking any other way.
Yeah. So you like that spot, El Patron, right?
Yeah.
I took Carmen there too. He also really likes it. We both actually. I started really going there. Well, first Dave showed me the spot. Then I started going. Once I had Carmen with me. Get the fuck out of the way, Kat. You're blocking the camera. You got a full view of the cat's butt right there. Yeah, that's my buddy.
I love when they make the sound. It's
Yeah.
like the happy I love you cat sound. They get all cute like.
Yeah, I don't think every cat trills like him though. He does that.
I know a lot. I live with 17 cats. A lot of cats trill when they're really loving and happy. They that's what you call it, a trill.
Well, he's my boy. I mean, I think because like I raised him since he was a baby. He's my little guy. You know, he's like kind of like he's like my son from a divorced marriage. You know. I'm just glad he likes me. It's cool. You know, I wasn't a big cat guy, and I didn't think I'd get along with cats, but he just really liked me, and I was like, wow.
How do you not get along with cats? Cats are the best.
I mean, look, I was always a dog person, so.
Yeah, me too. But they're like automatically subservient most of the time. Where cats, like when you gain their trust and they actually love you, it's like more special.
Yeah, but you don't just need
just
need subservience from a dog. You need discipline, and that's the hard part. Is to teach your dog discipline. It's actually harder to teach a dog discipline than to fucking tolerate a cat's independence. Like straight up.
They kind of recognize you eventually as like the fucking alpha, and then you just kind of fucking like sometimes you yell at them.
Yeah.
You don't feel great about it, but you kind of like be kind of firm because that's just instinct.
It's all good. You know, I don't mind if the cat gets in the shot. People like cats. I like my cat.
Yeah,
Cat's cool. Cat's fine. Here, let me get that out of the way for you, buddy. You could chill here on the table. It's fine. Let me move that. Move that. Move that. There you go. Got some room to hang out. Yeah, that's our boy right there. How you doing, man? Well, both of you, I guess, since it's the three of us now.
What do you think?
Nah, he's not gonna say shit. Get that mic out of his face. You're insulting him. He knows he can't talk.
He can talk.
Yeah, I really hope you get ours soon, man. I really can't afford to be paying your whole lifestyle.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to.
I know. I'm just joking around. I know you're gonna.
You just ended up like, let's go here. I'm like, I don't got much money. You're like, fuck it, let's go. And I just, okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm not like fucking mooching or anything.
To be
I
honest,
go along with shit.
To be honest, I'm just happy that you're not like asking me for a paycheck for like putting in so much work for this podcast. So I appreciate you, just being okay with like the drinks and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of just like chilling. It's not like work.
Yeah.
It's something. If I worked all day, sometimes if I'm not tired, it might be like work. But like,
I'm in that mode today, actually, probably. But you know what though? it might become work if like I don't know if we start coming up with like other ideas that would get us some shit. I want to play some video games with you on air, man. That would be fun. We tried the music thing. Now it's time to do the video game thing, and then we'll figure out which one's like the easiest for us to do.
I really want to go through Morrowind. People need to see Morrowind.
Oh my god, that's like it's like no different than like forcing a girl who was like, yeah, I'll come over your house, thinking you know they're gonna have fun, and then you're like, and you start playing Morrowind, and it's like you gotta see this story, you know, like.
You gotta deal with it.
And then they're like, what the fuck, dude? The fuck is wrong with this guy?
That's their problem, okay?
Listen, bitch, if you want this dick, you're gonna see this Morrowind, all right?
Okay, I sat through like a whole Studio Ghibli film for a fucking blowjob. You're gonna watch me play like one mission in this game, okay?
Yo, that's genius. If a girl, props to that girl if she really did that. Like consciously in her mind, she's like, "This guy wants a blowjob, but I'm gonna make him watch Studio Ghibli first."
No,
you know, like that's like that's awesome. That's a good hustle. I respect that hustle because that means she's out to spread beauty, you know, and she's willing to do what it takes. Like she'll sacrifice whatever she has to. She will suck this guy's dick to spread the word.
It's fun to watch Studio. It's not fun to watch on my own. If I'm with like a girl I like, we can cuddle and watch this cute little Studio Ghibli film. I'll fucking do that.
Yeah, so I think some Studio Ghibli films aren't that cute. Like
They make food look fucking awesome.
you ever see Princess Mononoke?
I've seen Spirited Away. What was the one with the castle?
Howl's Flying Castle.
Yeah, something like the shifting castle. I've seen that a little bit. Totoro. Seen Totoro.
Yeah, you know, I was like in this Discord chat. There was this Cumtown fan Discord chat that I'm a part of, and then they were saying like one of the guys there. He was like saying like, oh, anime is for pedophiles. If you like anime, you're a pedophile.
Okay, I was in the shower today. I think we were sitting in the shower. I'm like, and like the one thought came to me was like, anime? You mean like hentai light? Because I'm sorry, anime they make it sexier than it should be. It always is.
Anime. Fuck.
It's also kind of pedo.
Yeah, that's
A
what
lot
I
of
was
anime
saying.
is very fucking pedo. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. I feel
Especially hentai.
Hentai.
Pedo as fuck.
It's hentai. Thank you very much.
Hentai.
And it's art.
Yeah, it's pedo art.
No, that was a line from The Office. Like, Craig was like had a bunch of hentai magazines like coming on. He was like, "It's hentai and it's art. It's called hentai, and it's art." Good stuff.
Yeah.
You don't like the animated stuff, right?
16-year-old cartoon girls with fucking gigantic mommy milkers.
Ironically enough,
Unproportionate body parts.
yeah, you're right. It is goofy. Like you're jacking to a cartoon, dude. But like oddly enough, though, it is like less damaging than like the actual pornography that gets made with like real people exploiting real people. Like it's like funny how people could see that like get mad at it. It's like, dude, this is just drawings that you're fucking getting mad at, and that's really funny.
I'm not bad at it.
No, not you.
Okay, I remember.
No,
when I was
there's
a
people
kid.
out there. There's people out there that get mad at hentai, and I'm like, dude, you're getting mad over drawings. Like, there's actual sex shit
When I was a
going on.
kid, I remember going to Newgrounds and seeing shit like that. I'm like, oh god, that's hot, right? But then, like, I was also like 12 to like 16. And
Okay, see, now you're just making a case for how damaging the internet is.
Yes, but then I remember like watching like real porn and going like, huh, holy shit, it was too much. It was like, I don't want to see a vagina that up close, and it was just like, it was like a bit much for me at first. It was just too like graphic. For
You
me.
didn't deserve it. You weren't.
I didn't deserve
you
it.
weren't
It wasn't
strong
horny
enough. You weren't strong enough.
yet. So I just stuck with the random like hentai sim game or something when I was a kid. It was enough. Or you got like at the time you had like Cinemax turned into Skinemax at a certain time. It would be scrambled.
You ever
so
see
every
that?
once in
Yo.
a while you like it'd be scramble. Oh, I saw half a titty. Okay, that's good enough.
Yo, did you ever see that in the very late at night they would have that infomercial for the Girls Gone Wild VHS
Yeah.
tape? And they always blocked out the titties, but it's like Girls Gone Wild.
I saw enough. I'm 12.
And the fact that they aired that, it was like the funniest shit. Even as a kid, I knew how funny that
You had a
was.
hot box.
What do you mean?
A hot box.
I had cable.
see kids.
I had
Back in the
actual
day
cable.
when we had cable before the internet, you'd have some Asian dude pull up with a hot box to your house, and he would install it, and you just had like 100 channels of whatever, and you'd also get some random porn channels on it. And as a kid, if your parents were poor, you know, didn't have much money to pay for like all this new cable shit coming out. You had a hot box, so you get Cartoon Network, you had fucking, you know, old BBC, whatever the fuck you want, but you also had Cinemax, which after midnight was Skinemax. Which was like one of those weird pornos where like you didn't see any dick or vagina.
Yeah, you saw boobs though.
Yeah, you saw boobs. They could show tits, but it was just like a guy's hairy ass in the background, like almost like 70s like disco music. Like
It was
remember
clear
those
that
old
it was-
70s
it
porn
was-
where it's just like all you see is a guy's like hairy ass going in and out, and it's like.
Yeah, so there was no confirmed penetration.
No, you see it. You know that's what's happening, but.
Yeah, but it's not. They could be faking it completely. 'Cause
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
they could just be acting. You know.
Yeah, it's like watching like Clockwork Orange or shit. I doubt they were fucking.
If you could get away with it, both the actors are probably like, yeah, dude, let's just fake it. There's no way they're gonna know. The camera shot doesn't show any of our bits actually going into bits. Like, let's just. That's probably why they did it that way. Whereas hardcore stuff is.
I find the
actual-
fucking. Sometimes Japanese porn is weird. 'Cause
I think Japanese porn is the funniest because they
It's
always
like,
they
blur
censor
out the dick. It's
Yeah.
like, that's obviously a dick. Like, what are you shielding me from, man? What's going on? Like,
That's
why
so
is it that
based-
wrong? I see everything going on except there's a blurry piece on the cock.
No, I could imagine dudes that are like, "Yo, bro, I'm straight. I only watch the porn when they blur out the dick." That's awesome. Like, fuck yeah.
I don't know how it is for any other race, but as a white dude, there's a lot of like white cocks, you know. And you try to like, especially in point of view videos, you try to be like, okay, that looks enough like mine, so I can pretend like that's mine right now. How does that feel for other races?
I'm sure they make POV videos for every other race. dude.
Yeah, I know, but like, do you like search for like something that looks like closer to yours? Because sometimes it's like there's some uncircumcised. It's like okay, that makes sense. But like there's some uncircumcised where it's like, that's weird.
I don't
to
know,
me,
dude.
you
I
know?
think the POV shit sucks.
I can't imagine that being mine because it has like a whole fucking sheath on it. There's like a tube of like skin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, personally, it's just porn has been like, it's for a while. It's been like music to me. Like, it's weird. Even as a music producer, I'm like, I can't listen to music. I can't watch porn anymore. This shit just pisses me off, dude. It just makes me mad because I'm like, it's annoying, you know. Actually, you know what? Some porn is cool
Well,
though.
when you watch porn, you have to rely on their imagination.
You know what I do like? I do. You ever watch E Fucked?
No.
Oh my god, you're in for a treat, dude. I cannot wait to show you E Fucked. It's like a collection of like porn bloopers. Like, you know, like the
I
things.
watch porn bloopers.
No. You
I
haven't.
want to see the other side.
You
I want
have-
to see the realism in it.
No, you haven't watched the shit like this, dude. They would be like. Apparently, from what I hear, there was like a porn video where like a girl was like sucking like this dick. And she just puked her brains out because right before she ate like 6 servings of onion rings or something. And they caught that, and I was like,
You gotta be professional. You can't eat 6 orders of fucking onion rings
No, that's
before
what-
a set.
That's what I'm saying. It's like shit like that.
If I was gonna play a show and sing, I wouldn't eat 6 orders of onion
No,
rings
don't get
before
me
I went
wrong.
up stage.
Don't get me wrong, all that shit is like super fucked up to see. But in my defense, in my opinion, I'm like, it's probably not terrible to show that to your kid early on because like they're gonna be watching porn. At least if you show them E Fucked first, they're never gonna take it too seriously.
So if you knew your child was gonna start watching porn, you'd like, kid,
watch this.
come here, Billy. We're gonna show you some bloopers.
Yeah, yeah,
I just want you to know what goes into this. Son.
yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is that?
Yo, some of it is like really, really funny.
See
shit.
what happened there, Tommy? She ate too many onion rings before she sucked that dick. Just remember that. When you become sexually active in 4 years,
Yeah.
they're just like, "What the
You know
fuck
what?
did
And
you just show me,
And
Dad?"
it shows you the real side of it. You know, like there is a whole real side. It's not just like peaches and rainbows and cummies. You know, it's like it's real shit. You know, it's real violent shit with that's happening organically. Like,
I don't like violent stuff. I don't like if I watch a video. I think it was
Yo,
gonna be
do you know
nice,
how
and all of a sudden they don't mention it, but they all of a sudden start doing some weird violent shit, or they start doing they start doing they out of nowhere they're like, let's use our feet. I'm like, what? I didn't type in anything about feet. You're just trying to get me to get into this new kink, and I'm just not having it. They're like,
Yo, I told you my new kink, right?
what?
My new kink?
What is it?
My new kink is going to be one of those people who fucking cook like delicious foods that are like terrible for you, like deep fried grilled cheese with bacon or some shit like that. Would you eat it?
I would take a bite.
Oh,
and try
You
it.
got to eat the whole thing in front of me. Otherwise, I'll never make it for you.
Wait, grilled cheese with bacon?
Yeah,
That's not taboo or
but
weird.
deep fried.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
It depends on how long. You can burn the fuck out of it, but that's not considered food. That's just,
I'll
you
make
fucked it
I'll
up.
make a grilled cheese sandwich and I'll put it in batter and I'll deep fry the sandwich.
Yeah, that probably won't be bad.
No, it'll be delicious.
Yeah.
But you're gonna eat it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be terrible for you.
Yeah, I'm not worried
about.
about being terrible for me.
All right, cool. That's all I need to know. And we're in business, my man. We have come to a mutual agreement. You'll be my
People
guinea
eat
pig.
fucking deep fried Twinkies and shit at carnivals.
Would you eat that?
I have.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I'll make you like
You never had a deep fried Twinkie?
no. What I'll do for you is I'll do like a deep fried Twinkie coated in deep fried ice cream. So like the ice cream.
Wait,
is
the
deep
ice
fried.
cream? How
yeah,
you
yeah,
deep
yeah.
fry ice
so
cream?
so I had it at this Japanese spot. Apparently, there's a way to make like ice cream deep fried. Like they serve you the ice cream, then they pour something on it, light it on fire, it catches, and the whole thing gets like instantly deep fried while there's still ice cream inside, and you just
Wow.
I'll
I'd
make-
try it if they were able to do that.
yeah, I'll make it for you. I know how to make it.
Damn.
I think we're in for a treat here. Yeah, this will be fun. I mean, I'm willing to do a whole fucking episode where you're just eating my deep fried shit. You know, not literally my shit, but like the stuff that I make. I'm just referring to that as my shit.
It's gonna escalate, and eventually there's gonna be deep fried shit.
No. I'm thinking more fucked up things like deep fried Oreo covered in deep fried ice cream. Or something like that.
Yeah.
like a double layer.
Well, deep fried Oreo is still very normal.
Yeah, it is. It's too normal.
I worked at Carney for a while. So.
Maybe I could make you obese. That would be fun.
I don't know, man. I burn shit off.
Nah,
quick.
then
I have a
again,
fast
like I can't
metabolism.
go too
This
hard.
is most of the weight of my
I
life.
can't do hardcore
and I'm only
because can your blood sugar get too
150.
high?
Yes, that's my problem.
Yeah. So if
I can
feed
always
you-
take insulin, but that also costs me money.
Yeah.
So the more sugars I have, the more dollars I'm spending on insulin. If I really think about
That'd
it.
be so fucked up if like people were fans of it and they were like, "Yo, we got to send him money so we could buy more insulin to make more videos."
Yo, if y'all want to make me eat a bunch of sweet foods and shitty foods and then pay for my insulin to counteract
That
that,
would be
I will
so
do that shit.
funny if we
That's
were
the
like
way.
if we were like Bren's a diabetic, we're about to make him eat like a double layer triple sugar cake and
Fucking Oreos.
and it's like if you don't want it to die, you got to send us money so he could buy his fucking
This
insulin.
dude's using twice the amount of insulin he usually uses in a week now to
So
support
to
this,
make these
and it already
videos-
costs him too much. You need to send him some
That's
insulin
so
for him to keep.
sick. Like I
That's
mean
our-
that.
that's
like,
our new thing.
That's sick, dude. Oh, we gotta fucking do
Put
this.
a hero story on it on the news, like, young man, learns how to supply his insulin with using YouTube videos, but it's really like sick because like capitalism was like fucked up to begin with. Those like
But at least
hero stories that are like, well, if capitalism wasn't so fucked up, you wouldn't need this hero story.
At least you'd be eating delicious food.
Yeah,
It's like I'm using double the amount of insulin just to eat this.
it's like
Oh,
a
man.
free lapse.
And we don't even have to limit ourselves to like shit. We could just be like, he is highly diabetic, and we're making him eat like
Highly diabetic.
We're making him eat like a stack.
That's
of
how it works,
We're
right?
making him eat like a stack of Twinkies or a stack of like sugar pancakes with drenched in syrup. It's like send us money so he could get insulin. Let's do this, dude. I'm so down. Oh man, this will be the greatest scam ever.
You can get Humulin 7030 without a
I'll spo-
prescription at any Walmart. Just
Yo,
mail it to 177 Moreland Street.
I'll fucking sponsor the first couple of videos. I'll pay for your extra insulin just so you could eat like highly sugary.
You just
foods.
send it here. Put it in this fridge. We'll be good.
That'd be sick.
Buy me insulin.
Buy some insulin. No, imagine.
Anyone here watches this, if you can buy me insulin, I'll fucking take it.
Yo, imagine if like other diabetics watch this and like we gotta buy this kid some insulin, man. Like We need a diabetic star in the showbiz industry. Like, oh man.
Cat's about to go in front of it again.
Nah, he's fine. The cat's just chilling. Yeah.
He's a talker. I love talkers. I feel like cats that talk more and make more sounds are like more intelligent. Like, they
Yeah.
have so many different like mannerisms and sounds.
Yeah, I talk to my guy a lot. I think that's why he's so talkative. I don't like to talk to my cat in front of other people because I look fucking crazy doing it. But-
I live with 16 cats, so I talk to them all.
No, I mean I really talk to my cat though.
Yeah, like in like pure like English.
Yeah.
Like they definitely don't understand, but like you're hoping they get the tone of what you're saying.
I think parts of it, it's not like they need to understand. It just works. Like when they're making that, when he's making his fucking pissed off noise, I'm like, don't fucking give me that, man.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I also like try to speak their language too. So I'll just
Oh,
be like,
no, I don't
they'll be
do
like,
that.
I'll be like, and then they'll be back like, I'm like,
Damn, dude, that sounds pretty insane, but it's sweet. You know,
and
it's
I can purr with them, and they accept it. Like when I went to sleep last night, like I hung out with some of the cats, and I woke up and they were still around me, and they were like cuddling with me. There was like 3 of them.
To me,
And I'm
that's
just like
like-
in a like cuddle puddle with
you know
like
what that
3
is to me.
cats.
That's like the equivalent of like being a white guy and going up to a Chinese guy who couldn't speak English and being like, "Ching chong ching now ni hao ma,"
And they just give me a hug, rub their head against my chest, and just like sleep next to me.
But a real Chinese guy, after hearing you do that, would be like, "Get the fuck out of my face, man! What do you think? I'm a little child?"
yeah, but
I
it's
know.
still cat-like. It's simple noises and tone.
Yeah, but they know we communicate differently. They know. They're not stupid. They know the way we're talking doesn't sound like the way.
Yeah,
they
but the
communicate.
cat's not like I'm not like, and they're like, oh, so fucking offensive.
No, they don't. They
You
don't,
know?
they don't. I'm sure they don't think that much about it. But at the same time, they're like, part of them is probably like, you don't need to do
If
that.
I can, look, I'm replicating the same sound. They get it. It's universal, man.
No, what really matters. What really matters is your body language, and probably your perspiration, your fucking your breathing rate. They could hear. That's the things they
Yeah.
can really sense. You know. And if they could sense those things, the noises you make at that point are like irrelevant. They already have a good idea of what your attitude is. That's why, like, that's what they mean by tone. You know, it goes beyond.
We just gotta be relaxed around them and chill, and they're just like, oh, friend. You
Yeah.
know, like I love cats. I fucking love cats so much.
Well, I don't treat.
I'm
my,
good with animals.
I don't treat my boy with kid gloves. I just he's just like a dude in the house. You know, like I just treat him like a dude.
Yeah.
He seems to appreciate it. You know, I tell him to fuck off when he should fuck off. I tell him to chill out when he should chill out. Tell him to eat when he should eat. Every Friday we have a special dinner time where I make something nice for myself, and then I give him one of the fancy feast like packets of like, you know, lobster or like salmon or some shit and like this weird bisque or like broth. He really likes those, and that's our Friday nights where we just
Yeah,
like
all the animals in my house eat wet food.
yeah.
They eat good. They eat better than me some days.
Yeah. I haven't been too crazy.
Like I've taken like little finger like out of their food and like, holy shit! Like this is good. Like if they didn't write cat food on it, I would have been like, this is. I'm just gonna fry it up a little bit and heat it up and just eat it.
Yeah, no, I fucked up when I got the last big pack of wet food. I got the pate. He doesn't like the pate. He likes the shredded pieces of like actual meat. The pate is like this weird mush. You know?
He wants to feel like he's eating flesh.
Yeah. That's why I got to get
carnivore.
That's why I got
So I hate fucking people who are like, I got my fucking animal on a vegan diet. I'm like, you're torturing them.
Yeah.
They're not meant to live like that.
Yeah.
They're fucking predators.
Yeah, you're right. No, I should have not gotten him the pate because the pate feels too much of like this fluffy substance. He likes to eat like the shredded meats, you know, like in the sauce and everything. Spoiled little bitch is what he is. Right, boy? Yeah, it's my guy. Well, anyway, we're past the hour. We could wrap it up if you want. Is there anything you want to say to the folks? Anyone you want to plug? Anyone you want to mention? Shout outs. Shout out to who? Shout out to mom. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to Brendan's mom, Mrs. Mullen. We love you.
Love you, Mom.
Yeah. Shout out to your dad too.
Love you, Dad.
Shout out to your brother, both your brothers.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Shout out to your sister. Both
Yeah.
your sisters.
Yeah.
Shout out to your dogs.
Yeah.
Shout out to your cats.
Most of them.
All right. I think that's good. Shout out to your aunt.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to all the family.
Thank you for helping with these shout outs. I'm not
Shout
good at
out.
remembering everybody at once.
I mean, you're on camera. You gotta say shout outs to the world. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night.
So we're gonna watch this bitch.